This call is being recorded.
Welcome to the artwork of CP, everyone. We are sorry, it was more Daniel's end than my end last episode that ended in a little bit of chaos, but that's how life rolls. And Danielle's laughing at me because she is sitting in the same spot where the chaos happened, and that's because she's in a room at a Hawthorne of all places, and so yeah, so that's what ends up happening. I mean, life gets in the way of podcasting, and you guys know that by now. And so, as you listen to this,
no, home all the time.
well, life gets in the way, and that's why we land up recording a podcast, because you guys land up listening to it. I know you guys do, in your car, at the gym, and every which way, and then you end up listening to podcasts not in a stable place. So anyway, so life in the midst of it. And but today's episode is going to be released on Thanksgiving, which, believe it or not, I am not going anywhere for Thanksgiving. I shouldn't say I'm stuck in Arizona because I'm not stuck, but I am doing something. If all goes according to plan, I am doing something for Thanksgiving due to I'm not going anywhere, due to I wasn't given the option to go somewhere, or I wasn't let's just put it, I wasn't requested at my adopted family's Thanksgiving, and I wasn't given the option. And this will be the first year that I'm away from family. So even though I do have my chosen family members down here that can host a friend's Thanksgiving, and here I thought that I was going to be able to go home, be able to go at least back to, well, home is here now, so be able to go back to Aspen, but that's not going to work out in my favor, which is perfectly fine. It's going to be good. Now, if things go according to plan, I will have a friend's Thanksgiving here. And now we're just going to do it a small friend's Thanksgiving. That it's just going to be a couple people, and it's going to be myself, and it's going to be a couple others, and we're just going to call it good. And because most of us are down here from out of state anyway, and so that chance during COVID, and yes, we're still in the pandemic. And if all things go according to plan, I'm doing that on Thanksgiving. But enough of me rambling. I know you guys listen to this episode on Thanksgiving. So yes, you can play it on the Amazon smart speaker, on Google smart speaker, as you're trying to balance the turkey. I trust me. I know that you guys will have the artwork of CP, the artwork of CP, or a winning cup planned to your kitchen. I know that, and I'm fully aware of you won't have your headphones in because you're in the kitchen, basically. And I am thinking that I thought about this, that we should do what we are thankful for, and of course, um, a lot of things have changed changed dramatically in my life in the time span of um, 6 months. I mean, I thought I knew I was moving somewhere, but I didn't think Arizona was going to be it. And I certainly didn't think that I was going to be in a somewhat of a assisted living situation. I I did not think that I was going to be in the lucky stick situation that I am. And I am very blessed to be down there. Also, very blessed to have the financial team and team that I do. And you guys are part of that team. All of you that listen to the artwork of CPR Winning Cup. It may not seem like that, but you guys are, are, um, are part of that team. Whether it whether it's the download numbers or whether it's sending me stuff or whether it's all you guys don't have to be physically helping me move. And yes, after this whole thing is over, after this whole COVID mess is over, I am thinking of finally having a meetup for my Arizona fans. And yes, we may be doing it at my house complex so you guys can see partially where I live. Or we may just pick a restaurant so that we can get together here because it's really interesting that my fans know that I am that I have moved from Aspen to Arizona and my fans support me, but yet I am uh I'm a person that likes to hug. I'm sorry, but I am a person that likes to hug. So yeah, this pandemic and a person that likes to hug doesn't necessarily get along. And so therefore I am number one grateful that I've moved, grateful that I put myself in the position to move, grateful, believe it or not, you guys are going to think I'm crazy, grateful that my house in Aspen is under control. Somehow we had to pull Babbitt out of our hat to make that happen, but somehow we did, and I was a part of that team. Somehow we did. And so I'm grateful that everything's going according to plan. And I'm grateful that I'm able to live on my own with right now a assistance of a roommate and I'm grateful that I have a new roommate coming in to assist me more so as of January. I mean, right now she's already integrated herself into Lunarville by accident, and so it's really interesting to see how people integrate themselves into Lunarville so quickly, and then just really understand how Lunarville works. And for those of us who are disabled, we use all the able-bodied help we can get, and it's really interesting to be living in a time of I never thought I would be living in one of the biggest cities in the country, one of the six biggest city in the country. And I never thought this country mouse would be living in Phoenix, Arizona. And when I was given the opportunity, I said, well, there goes my plan of moving someplace else. I was making plans, but there goes my plan, and I was open to new opportunities. I I was not thinking that Phoenix, Arizona was going to be the new opportunity, but I was thinking that, okay, even though I had my plan 99% put in place, which was Florida, by the way, and even though I had my plan put in place, 99% put in place, and um, I was still open to new opportunities. Now, I'm grateful that I am slowly but surely getting back to PT. I am grateful that I get out every single day, and I'm also grateful that Phoenix is one of those places where it's a hub city. So what that means is, and it's only a 10-hour drive from Aspen. So not to say that I'll be driving that 10 hours anytime soon, but it's interesting because I have, and you guys know this, I have seen more people in my life than I, in my own life, fully, well, that's not true because um, my family of origin came down one member and we had a interesting situation go down. And one I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her since. Probably won't see her in 2022 because she is working as we all. And so it's interesting that my family has some of them have my chosen family has accepted this change big time because they wanted me out of Aspen to begin with, and they people keep teasing me about the weather down here, and people keep saying to me, I'm sure by this point you like the weather down here weather than in Colorado, and that's the truth. And although Thanksgiving and snow would be a good plan at this point, but Thanksgiving in a nice warm Arizona wouldn't be a bad spot to be, and that's where I am. But my biological family hasn't really supported this change of me being in Arizona. So and when they text me Happy Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be really nice about it, and I'm going to be really nice about it, and just say Happy Thanksgiving, and leave it at that, because number one, I don't want to get in a fight, but my biological family and my family of origin doesn't like the fact that I am down in Arizona. They wanted me in, they actually wanted me in Kentucky. And you guys, to those who are new, my family tried to move me into a group home that went over like a lead balloon. Yes, that went over like a lead balloon. I refused to do that. So I think they're getting used to the idea of me being in Arizona, but yet they keep um, saying to me, and this is God and truth, that they want me out more. Well, you can't go out. A lot of places are doing things online anyway because of COVID, and I'm trying to be a hermit, and I'm trying to protect myself from that. So me going out every single day and me doing all that doesn't help. And it will be 2 years in January that I have not jumped on a plane to go anywhere. So that is what I'm grateful for. Basically, I'm grateful that I was able to move. I mean, how can you not be grateful for the fact that I for the fact that I was able to move to one of the best cities in the country, for me at least, with what with one of the best medical systems in the country. And I'm grateful that I got rid of one disability, one, and I didn't get rid of CP. I wish I didn't get rid of my back pain. I wish but I did get rid of sleep apnea, which I had in Colorado. So all in all, I'm grateful that I moved down here, and I'm grateful that you guys are still supporting me. You're still supporting the podcast, two of them, even though they've been a little bit wonkified since April. But I think we're slowly but surely getting back on track of, well, I didn't have my laptop for a month and a half, which was difficult. And so that made it a little bit of a challenge in the midst of a move. But I think we're slowly getting back on track. And I know that I am in the happiest spot I have ever been in my life. Well, since I should say that, since 2019. And this is gonna make me cry. Since 2019, I feel like my life is slowly coming back to the place where once was, even though it's completely different now that I am living semi on my own. And I say semi, actually, I am because my roommate is just my roommate. And um, so I am slowly, and Danielle and I are slowly getting back on track to where our lives were once before. And I'm talking about um, the 2019 was the April was the month from hell. April was the month from hell, and May was the month from hell. And then two, the rest of 2019 was me just trying to put one foot in front of the other. And I don't know if you remember, I was doing I was doing Ask Win at the time, and before I admitted to you guys what was actually going on, and I remember so distinctly rolling my ankle. And I remember I was in the middle of a podcast and I was interviewing someone, and I was sitting on my laptop and I was trying to not make a big deal of what was going on in the background. And so what ended up happening was, and I don't know if you could hear the oxygen. I don't, I don't know if you could hear the oxygen compressor um, go in the background. But basically, what was going on is that the all of 2019 was a interesting show, and then what ended up happening was us as a human society landed up in 2020, which was a major interesting show when the world goes on lockdown. So I'm grateful that I am slowly but surely getting back to my to where I was, even though I'm a totally different person. Even though I'm a totally different person. So I'm going to hand this over to my lovely assistant as she's trying to. There we go.
Yeah. Uh, uh, that more. Yeah. I'm. Yeah. You. Yeah. For my. Friend. My.
Well, one of your friends, hint, hint, is.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say
You.
stuck. I shouldn't say stuck. I'm. I need to get the terminology. Is needs to come back and see you, and I plan to do that, you guys. Probably, well, probably in the summer if I can figure if I can
Yeah.
figure out somehow
Yeah.
to get out of here,
Right.
well, July, July may happen. I don't know, and we'll have to figure that out. I'm
Yeah.
going to figure out a road trip with my new roommate, not this one, but my new roommate. And I'm also grateful for my roommates. But I am going to figure out a road trip and a flying situation. The flying situation is going to be in May. I just haven't figured that one out. But the road trip situation is going to be in July, and I don't know if it's go. It's a scary thought. It's a scary thought for me to be traveling, and we'll just have to make make it work, and we'll just have to make it work because I want to come home. I want to see leaves again instead of cactus. I That's my hardest thing. That's my hardest thing. It's moving to Arizona. No, no leaves, cacti, but no aspen trees to look at. So cacti, but no aspen trees. And even though I have fruit trees in my backyard, which eventually I'm going to give you guys a whole dang house tour. And guess what? I think it's going to be in January when I finally get this house set up enough so that I can go outside. I mean, I've got craziness going on on the 13th of December. And hopefully, if all things go according to plan, I will have a special project being installed, and we'll just leave it at that. And I'm grateful that I can do that special project. But we'll just leave it at that, and we'll just be grateful that I do have um, do have access and do have the means to do this special project, and I'm and people that want to help me. I mean, I'm seeing people on a daily basis, so I want you guys to come up with at least three things that you're grateful for, and somehow either email them to Danielle, text me, or either leave them in comments on the Facebook, the pa- podcasting page itself. And Danielle's grateful for her friends and family because, as I keep saying, it takes a village to raise a disabled kid.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't call us kids, but I want to call kids so bad because for some weird reason I can't believe that my BFF is in her 20s and I am no. And so it's
Uh, no. Ow. No.
out of the 20s. See, I always get that wrong, you guys. I always get that wrong. She's almost out of her 20s. She'll be out of her 20s in March, believe it or not. And so I yeah, well, you guys will find that out. And so
Yeah. uh, that,
Yeah,
uh,
it's
see,
interesting.
no, huh?
Oh, trust me, we'll come up with something. We'll come up with something. And so, we'll come up with something. But we are super grateful for you guys. And I'm sorry that I've been a little bit off the planet since March. I mean, I've been off the planet since March. Things are slowly but surely getting organized in my house and in my life to be back on track. And we are just grateful for you guys and have a happy Thanksgiving. When you listen to this, it will be Thanksgiving Day because, well, we listen this on Thanksgiving Day. And have just enjoy and no, I point one to you. No politics, no religion, no pandemic stuff. No, 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 no pandemic stuff. Because no, we don't want anyone triggered, and so please no pandemic stuff. Please no religious stuff. Think of it, and you're going to think I'm nuts, but think of it as a day of gratitude. Think of it as a day of gratitude. That's what I'm doing, and I am going to a friend's Thanksgiving. When I say friends, I mean friends. And think of it as a day of gratitude. Don't think of it as Thanksgiving necessarily. The football games and the Rose Bowl parade. Just think of it as a day of. Just think of it as a day of gratitude. And you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. And I'm going to turn it back over to my lovely assistant.
Yeah, you, so, yeah, uh,
Thank you for following us and welcome to the end of 2021. My God, it's a little freaky that it went by that quick, but let's hope that 2022 was much better than 2021 and um, and, and 2020 for those of us. And actually, 2021 was pretty good. But those of us who are still trying to step out of a pandemic, like myself and Danielle, want 2022 to even be bigger and better than 2021 was.
yeah,
So, yeah, because we're slowly coming out of a pandemic. And I hate to be morbid, but if you want to think of those you lost during either 2019 or 2020, and yeah, just make Thanksgiving a day of gratitude. And I will catch you guys later. We will catch you guys later. And then next week, we're doing how you can help a podcaster and how you can support a podcaster and what we're doing for the Christmas wish list type of thing. So let's kick off the holiday season strong. And we will catch you guys later. Thank you for following us. And we will catch you guys next week. Bye, you guys.
bye.